Hi everyone, welcome to another week in review. And I know I haven't been consistent. I have not been consistent. I've just been busy with other things, the DNC, resuming back to work life and school life and all that jazz. And as you can see, I developed a pimple here because of other things. But I am here and I'm not going to be long-winded. So if you missed this live, you can catch it on the live here on Instagram, upload it to YouTube, and some clips on Twitter and TikTok, and even some on YouTube too. So I'm coming with COVID numbers because we're still in the midst of COVID. This is year 4, I believe, and we're 4.5 years in, and we're still getting cases, and it's still new variants, and it's other things going on. So according to the World Health Organization, there are 776,007,137 confirmed cases of COVID-19, and that's around the world. So there was an increase of 58,000. That includes that increase of 58,000, well, almost 59,000. Now, in terms of the fatalities, which is a death toll of cumulative cases around the world, there are 7,059,612, and that's of August 18th, 2024. Now I'm going to look at the United States of America because we do have the most cases. I don't know if we're still reporting cases, which we're not, and I think we should because there were people that caught COVID at the DNC. So as of right now, in terms of confirmed cases, I don't know if they're still reporting it. Well, they have not reported, but it is over 100 million. But in the last 28 days, there's no data reported. But in terms of the fatalities, people are still succumbing to COVID in the United States of America. There was just over 3,000 deaths within the past 28 days. And that's including the 757 that succumbed to it as of this past week. So, yeah, people are we're still losing people, even though our vaccination numbers have not increased by far. We're still losing people, and it's people that still catching it and it's catching different strands. And we're about to enter into a fall season within the next 2 weeks. So I encourage everyone, if you have not got the shot yet, this is utterly ridiculous that I even have to say it. But if you did not have the shot yet, I suggest that you get the shot. Still wear your mask and keep your distance and don't be clustered. Because we should not be here still talking about people getting vaccinated. You 28, 29%. Yeah, talking to y'all. So I encourage you to get vaccinated and still wear your mask. That's all I'm saying. Now I'm switching gears to politics. I'm not going to be as long as I said because I'm trying to keep it succinct as possible. As you know, since July 21st, the president has stepped aside, especially with calls of him stepping down. He endorsed his vice president. His vice president had 2 weeks to find a running mate. She found a running mate, Minnesota Governor Tim Walz. We had the DNC. I was one of the social media content creators that went and televised and showed the experience on social media, how we gravitated towards folks, and the feeling in the room, that authenticity, that joy, it was real. It was real. So there was nothing manufactured. There was nothing fake. Nobody was paid to be excited. It was real feelings out there for this ticket, and this ticket brought so much joy. When people say joy is not a strategy, that's absolute crap, because you can govern on hope and joy and still get things done. It's called something like governance, and it's also something called being passionate about serving the people of this country. Because within the last couple years, our politics have been very toxic. It has been very divisive, and we've been more divided than ever within the last maybe decade or so. This country has experienced division. It experienced tribalism. It experienced you play for this team or that team instead of coming to a common ground. So you have a ticket that actually is bringing a coalition together. And I'm going to talk about that coalition soon. But you have a ticket that's bringing coalitions of people of all different backgrounds, no matter your politics, your race, your gender, your sex. You have a ticket that's bringing in people to preserve democracy and still have their fundamental freedoms, but still keeping your principles. And that's the Harris and Walz ticket. And that's what the feeling was at the DNC. So when people saying you were paid to be a shill for the Democratic Party, or you were paid to be there to feel excited, it's absolute nonsense, because the feelings were real. The joy, the hope, the excitement, and the policies behind this ticket speaks to a vast majority of Americans who want relief, who want an economic opportunity, who want to have, someone pull them from the bootstraps, someone to give them an opportunity, no matter what your race, your gender, your sex, or your politics is. People want to have an opportunity for certain things, and that's what the Harris and Walz ticket represents. But there were some key endorsements there in terms of the coalition. You had not just only prominent Democrats supporting this ticket. You have traditional Reagan conservatives. Traditional Reagan conservatives supporting this ticket. And the traditional Reagan conservatives I'm talking about, these key endorsements. Elizabeth Lynn Cheney. And it gets interesting. Her father, Richard Bruce Cheney, also known as Dick Cheney. Staunch conservatives supporting Harris and Walz in November. I could not believe it. I was stunned when I heard about Elizabeth Lynn Cheney endorsing this ticket, but then her father. Her father, who is the staunchest of the staunchest of the staunch conservative. Warmonger. A guy who is near and dear to his conservative principles, who believes in fiscal hawkness and fiscal conservative policies, who is a globalist, right? Despite his past history, which most Democrats like myself ain't fans of it, because I'm going to keep it real. I'm not a fan of the Cheneys and never will be. But I appreciate the fact that they're putting country before party. So that is a side of relief that the Harris and Walz tickets is bringing. And they're bringing staunch conservatives to the fold. So people like Mitt Romney, George Bush, and his family, where y'all at? I'm gonna need y'all endorsements ASAP. Are y'all gonna do the October surprise? Jeff Blake, where you at? Where's other more prominent conservatives? Where they at? Paul Ryan, where you at? John Boehner, where you at? I just want to know where they at. And why they have not endorsed Harris and Walz. I'm just saying. But speaking of these staunch conservatives, my question to y'all, and I appreciate some of y'all that endorsed this ticket. Where were y'all in 2016? When this man, the same man that's running in 2024, who ran 8 years back, where were y'all when it was known that he was a threat to this country? When black people told y'all he was a threat to this country, where were y'all? Most of y'all went behind that man instead of going behind the other 14 or 15 Republicans that ran against him. I'm going to say this again. To you Republicans, that are supporting Harrison Waltz, as much as I appreciate y'all support, I want to know, where was this support back in 2016 when the first woman to be nominated by a major party ticket? Where were y'all? When she said that democracy is on the line, that black people told y'all that democracy on the line. Where was y'all? Where was y'all prominent Republicans then? Why y'all did not come together with Democrats back in 2016 when we said everything was on the line, and that includes the Supreme Court? That includes women's rights to choose. Democracy all around. Where were y'all? Until y'all tell me where y'all was at, I have my guard up of why I can't trust y'all until I literally see a movement of y'all voting in droves. That's all I'm saying. And speaking more, this is one of my last topics. This is the presidential debate stuff. So the debate is happening on Tuesday. I think it's airing on ABC, maybe at 9 o'clock. We know what angle that crazy man, that bum, is coming from. And people are trying to give suggestions to Vice President Harris on how to debate him. All I have to say to Vice President Harris is, be your authentic self. Be your very true self. Be the woman that you are. Stand firm, stand strong, like you always do. Stick to policy. Ignore all the stupid crap that he says, because you know he's going to be long-winded. He's going to be talking all of this stuff. He's a very senile man, and that's how he's going to be. And you just got to be you. That's all. You just got to be you. You got to be energized, and that's it. You don't need no advice for some people that said they know how to win in 2024, but they couldn't win their own race in 2018. But I digress. So, yeah. That's all I got to say about that. But I am about to go to sleep because I am tired. I had a long day. I worked. I did some homework. I did a lot of stuff. My short week was busy. I'm tired and I want to sleep. But I need to say this to the undecided voters out there, if y'all listening. It's very clear that who is the best choice to be the president of the United States. You may not have to like how she laughs and how she giggles and how she say things and how she's long-winded. But you know what? She's the best choice for the White House. Her policies say for themselves, the way she asserts herself and how she's going to govern speaks for itself, versus the person who's running against her, who served for 4 years, who basically messed up our institutions, the stuff that we're dealing with now, the stuff we still got to clean up because of his mishandling of everything. And is going to do way worse than January 6th of 2021 if he doesn't win or win. It's not going to be a good decision of people electing him. So pick and choose your battle. Because I know who I'm voting for in November. Or better yet, I'm doing early voting. So I know who I'm going to cast my early ballot vote for. And that's Harrison Waltz. So you go ahead and be the undecided voter, because it tells me everything I need to know about you. Now, in terms of white women, now I know y'all had the White Women for Harris call. I know you guys have been fundraising for her and speaking at events and holding all your tea, fundraising, whatever. But until you show me that y'all can surpass 45%, if y'all can get to 49% or 50, I still got my guard up. And I have every right to. And that includes for white men as well. But until then, folks, have a good night. Peace out. Deuces. See y'all later.